Hello, guys, and thank you for listening to another episode of Not That Problematic. You guys have been showing so much support to these episodes, and I really appreciate it. I've been getting a good response to having guests because I guess y'all sick of just only hearing my voice, but I also prefer to have a guest on because it's more conversational. And that's really what I want it to be. And I'm learning a lot. We've tackled colorism. I guess we've tackled parenting at being millennials. And today we're going to do another topic about step parenting as a millennial. And for that, I had to, you know what I'm saying, call in the big dogs, bring in my biffle. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let her introduce herself to you guys. So go ahead.
Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. My name is Destiny. I am, like Bristol said, her biffle for 11 years. And she didn't say she didn't do the grand entrance like she did Lando's godfather last episode. But I just want the record to reflect I am Lando's godmother, or in his words, Gaga, I'm Gaga.
I didn't do it because I know you wanted to say it. I know you wanted to say
I
it.
was waiting for
I
it
know
and
you
it didn't
wanted to
come.
say it. So I had to let you do it, man. You
Yeah, all right.
Nah, but how are you, friend?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. You ready to educate the people on what it's like to be a step
I
parent as a
will,
millennial?
from my point of view, from my perspective. Let's do
Uh,
it.
all right. So, step parenting. Let us know about your blended family, Miss
So,
Cruz.
yes, absolutely. So, I started dating my current boyfriend. Um, Probably going on 3 years now. We'll be knocking on 3 years door in February, and he came with probably the most amazing kid ever. Um, his his name is Zamari, and Zamari is now 9 years old. He'll be 10 in March, and you know, it came. It was an easy transition for me. Um, so I didn't jump into it with like a toddler, so my situation was a little bit different, and I'm okay with talking about it. He's a great kid. He's so respectable. He's smart, and that's really what made me fall more in love with not only my boyfriend but with Zamari himself. Like, most kids, I know Bristol, like, as a stepchild, you've done your little malicious things to try to push away your step parent, but my child didn't. Say you didn't. Go ahead. I'm waiting for it.
I was gonna say I was a step adult. Like, let's.
And still, even as a step adult, I was there when you got a stepmother, and as a step adult, you were still trying to do malicious things to try to end said relationship.
And they're not
So
even married anymore, so it
it
worked.
worked.
It worked.
But in the beginning, actually, even before I started dating my boyfriend, I always said, I'm not dating a guy with kids because baby mama drama, and having to deal with that, and what if the kid is disrespectful, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I have no regrets with my relationship, simply because, one, it tells me the type of father that I'd be getting for my future kids. If it's meant for us to get married and have kids, I at least know what type of father he is, and his beliefs on how to raise children. And that works because then I'm able to definitely say, okay, I don't agree with this, or I agree with this, or I take a step back and see how you do discipline, or how you reward your child, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a journey. It's a journey.
Okay, that's what's up. Because like I said, I was a step adult. My for those of y'all that don't know, my parents were divorced. They've been divorced for Jesus, Mary and Joseph, going on 11 years. And then my dad got remarried to this woman, and
And that woman swore she was Bristol's mom.
uh, I'm Bristol's mom, sis.
Yeah, like,
You're
no,
not
I know
real.
Bristol's mom.
Like
Like, I'm her
what?
friend.
No. But so yeah, with that being said, so you do feel like it was an easier transition for you because Zamari wasn't a toddler going into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I met Zamari, now mind you, it took me a little bit to, meet Zamari. I think Jabari and I were dating for a few months before I even got to be introduced to his child, which,
Obviously.
rightfully so.
Right.
You want to make sure whatever you're getting into is serious.
Hmm.
So, when I met Zamari, it was, I'm his destiny. He understood I was a friend of his dad's. And I think now, here we are 3 years later, he's understanding like this is more of a mother figure than just my dad's friend. And that works that way. He doesn't call me mom, and that's okay because I'm not his mother.
Right.
And I don't want him to ever in his mind think that I am trying to take the place of his mother because
Right.
his mother is actively in his life. It would be something totally different if his mother was not actively in his life.
Right. Yeah. And I find it, just from the outside looking in, just thinking that it would be easier also because the relationship between um your boo, I don't know if you want to say his name on here, but
I haven't said. I thought I said his name. I mean,
no,
I wouldn't have
that's a
said Zamari's name without saying his father's name. His father's name is Jabari.
so okay, your relation. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, do it or whatever. But no, because Jabari ain't want to be on my podcast, and I'm saying it on the podcast that he didn't want to be on my podcast, and I still feel some type of way. So maybe I can get him for an episode in the future. But no, also I think being further removed from his mother with Zamari being 6 years old when you met him, or like going on 7, it's like there was no ties romantically to
Oh yeah.
um
Oh yeah.
to his mother, because I know a
Yeah.
lot of times people that I know who have dealt with a gentleman with kids, the kid be like less than 2,
That's
you know what I'm
all.
saying, or
Yeah.
like a newborn, and there's still those ties
Yep.
to the mother, and that and those feelings and things are still there, so that ends up making it very difficult for the new, you know what I'm saying, the new person, the new partner, to navigate through that, because it's like y'all still kind of got feelings for each other because y'all just had this fresh ass baby,
Yep.
and y'all have to work through those feelings and work through co-parenting, and yeah, so I feel like, yeah, and then the kid is just kind of, it's a bit more confusing when the kid is super young.
Yeah, it
So
is.
yeah.
Because it's like, who is this person? You're not my mom, but you're doing things that my mom would do, but you're not my mom.
Right. So as far as co-parenting goes, how is that navigating like the co-parenting with Zamari's mother, and you and Zamari and Jabari?
So in the beginning, it was it was a little difficult. And I don't know exactly why on like her end. I'm just gonna chop it up to this woman, her mindset being, and I'm just giving her benefit of the doubt, that her mindset being that there's this woman that's taking care of my child, and she's probably trying to take my position as mom. And so it was a little bit difficult. There was some times where we had back and forths, but after, I guess, she realized that I'm here for the child's sake. I'm here to help child. I agree with some of your parenting styles. And when we have a conversation regarding, the baby, we're in agreement with pretty much everything. And I guess once she started realizing that I'm not the enemy, that I'm not against her, it got better. So now we can, be on the phone, and it's strictly, all right, so this is what Zamari needs to be doing in school. Has Zamari done this for school? Yes, he has. Yes and no, no and yes. okay, well, this situation happened and this is what I did. And okay, I agree, I understand. Thank you for letting me know. That's kind of how our conversations go when we have conversations. We don't have a lot of them, but when it does happen, that's what mostly it is. So I think it's better now than in the beginning, because like I said, she's starting to realize like it's a village. It takes a village to raise the child. So we're not here to be against you or try to turn your son against you and vice versa.
Yeah. That's what's up. A lot of women have that mindset of trying to like take the place. So at least it's a good thing that she's like, okay, so they're gonna be a thing, they're gonna be together.
Yeah.
So let me get used to it. Because I personally know like some families that co-parent so well, like it's like the model of what co-parenting
Parenting is all about.
should be. It's like you have your relationship over here, I have my relationship over here, we have this child, and everything that we do is for the benefit of the child. And obviously people bicker, but it's never like bad for the child, or put the child in put the
Like
child
whatever you do at your house, that's what you do at your house. As long as my big thing is you do what you do at your house, as long as my child don't come home with a blue and black eye and is malnourished and you know what I'm saying, is distraught, and I'm fine. I'm cool with however you run your household. And I feel like that is the understanding that Jabari and Zamari's mom have. Thank goodness. Because
Took us
again,
a
I
while to
don't
get there,
know
but
where
we're
I
good.
would be if it was a situation where it's literally like back and forth all the time, constantly, nonstop,
Yeah.
anger, cat and dog, B word this, B word that. I don't know where I'd be if it was that type of parenting between the two.
Cause so Destiny, you sent me this video where there was a stepmom, and the kid had to be like 12 years old, and she caught him like smoking, or he came in the house high or something like that, from getting a haircut. And I'm guessing she sent him to go to the barbershop and get his own haircut because he's 12. And so he comes back in the house high, and she props up a camera and proceeds to shave this boy's head bald and post it on social media. And like, what the F? Like, it was, I couldn't even make it through the whole video. Like once she pulled out the clippers, I was like, I don't even know. Like, so how do you feel about step parents like that? And what is your discipline style when it comes to Zamari? Being he's pretty close to 12. So what say you about that video?
Don't say that out loud, like, because listen,
Girl, he'll be 10 like next month. So
I can't, my heart can't take it because he's getting so tall and his little voice is getting deep, and like I just be wanting to like cave his little chest in, like ah. So that video, when I ran across it, I thought it was just like, one of those regular schmegular parents embarrassing their children, on social media, because that's what these new age parents do, right? But then she said the words, my stepson. And I think, and that is what triggered me, because in my mind, that's what gives step parents this horrible name. This is why parents are so iffy about letting their children around new people. And it's like, that's not even most of the time how it works. Me, if I was the mother to that child, I would have kicked her. I would have drug her motherfucking ass all the way. Can I curse?
you can curse.
I would have drug her motherfucking ass all the way up and down said street and shaved her head bald and put that bitch on social media. Like, you got the game completely and totally fucked up. Period. Now, as you know, for me and what goes on in my house, I don't put my hands on Zamari. I've never hit him, beat him. The furthest I've gotten is I'm gonna raise my voice at you because clearly you didn't hear me the first time I said something. Like clearly you ain't hear me when I said don't do this. Clearly you ain't hear me when I said that's not how you do something. Clearly you didn't. So I'm gonna raise my voice. But as far as like this, Zamari is a very STEM child. So he's into like games and technology and Legos, and that's what piques his interest. So things that pique your interest, things that make you happy, when you're not doing right, I'm gonna just take them from you. Because clearly you need to realize when you're not doing something correctly, things, there's repercussions for those actions. And because I'm not your child, I'm not your mother, I can't put my hands on you because I haven't had that conversation with his mother about physically disciplining his child. But even if I did, I don't think I would because of how I was brought up. That's a different story for
I said that's a whole nother episode.
Woo! Let me know when you want. That's next season. We can have
listen.
Trauma, girl, trauma.
I'm caveat. That is so crazy because Ian and I were talking about that last week on the episode, just how we're not gonna discipline our kids, right. How our parents disciplined us, and it's just like that's gonna be an episode. I'm gonna put a pin in that, just like the trauma of like whoopings, and that's gonna be like featuring 10 people on the episode that I can name because there's 4 of us and we can all talk about it. So that's traumatic.
So anyway. just think about your mother and father disciplining 4 of you, and then it's just me being the only one getting disciplined. So my ass whoopings was like their times 10.
And your mama little.
Right.
So she got to overcompensate for her being little.
However she may feel, she thought what she was doing was correct, and
you're a great person, so it's
y'all better tell me something because I'm all fucked up.
You're great. But yeah, no, so you believe in just like consequential discipline rather than just like physical as far as Zamari goes.
Yeah, but you know what? I do believe in physical punishment as well. I'm not here to say that I don't believe in, a child getting a whooping, but that is to a certain extent. My thing is, okay, I'm gonna tell you why it's wrong. We're gonna sit and have this conversation, and I need you to understand. So I know that you can understand. I need you to regurgitate it to me, because if I tell you that don't touch the stove, Zamari, the stove is hot, baby, and you touch the stove. Okay, Zamari, tell me why now you know why I told you not to touch the stove. Why am I telling you not to touch the stove? XYZ, Miss Destiny. All right, cool. You decide to touch the stove again. That's your ass. Like, because clearly you're not understanding. Maybe me talking to you is not working. Me explaining stuff to you is not working. You regurgitating it back to me is not working. What else I got? Now your father got to deal with it. That's
a whole different thing. Speaking of his father, the one who didn't want to get on my podcast, but I'm not.
First of all, leave.
Not gonna break it up no more.
I feel like
I'm not gonna.
This episode is what, an hour long. I feel like
I'm not gonna break it up. I might, but no. So I would just say I think that's where you and I differ, because if it was, I just let him burn his hand on the stove.
His hand off. You can't let your child burn, because then you let your child burn your hand off. He go to school. He got this big old burn on his arm. He
touched the stove. I didn't put his hand on the stove.
CPF is not going to let you say I just let him because he's not learning. They're not going to take that for an answer. They are going to take you, and then they're going to send Lando to Gaga.
I like to see them try. I'd like to see them try.
I still feel, as much as I believe in, whoopings and disciplinary actions, I do not have the stomach to actually let it happen.
So
So
what you're saying is you talk a big game, but
I'm all but
you're all bark and no bite.
nobody. And it's so funny because I tell Jabari that all the time. I'm like, Jabari, what happens when Zamari start catching, like, calling my bluff? Like, what's gonna happen? He gonna be 14, 13 years old. Like, girl, you ain't gonna do shit. And I'm gonna have to punch him in his chest.
No, you not gonna want to. You gonna talk
I'm
back.
gonna do like I'm gonna jerk back and be like, bitch, Corvette.
Not Corvette. I'm done. I'm done. You ain't got the heart, man. The heart. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I saw a meme and this woman, she was just sitting on the wall and her kid was like running around just the house and the meme was just like, this boy really don't listen to me. And I was like, I feel this. I feel this.
Or that one where the reel that everybody's doing where it's like, girl, okay, anyway. It's like, that's life. Like, at this point, that's life. Like, sir, told you to sit your cock-a-doodle-doo head ass down somewhere and you not. Like,
Alana just ran into the chair for like no reason. She was like running around the living room and hit the chair and fell. What did we do? Laugh. Because you know you're not supposed to be running around the living room. So you figure if Zamari was like not as polite, because he is a really great kid. He's such a great kid. So if he wasn't polite and so respectful, how do you think you would deal with it if he was the total opposite of like the type of child that he is?
I don't think that, in all honesty, and I'm being 100% honest with you, Brystal, I don't think that our relationship would have worked. Simply because I don't want you as a parent, Jabari, to feel like you need to change your child to benefit me. Because at the end of the day, your child comes first, especially in a situation where we're just dating. Now, when we get married, you know, that's different. But your child always comes first. And if something about me is not making your child happy, or if your child doesn't feel comfortable enough around me to show some sort of respect, then I'm not about to sit here and have to fight with your child every single time he come over, or, you know what I mean? Feel like I have to back myself up and put myself in the corner while Daddy and Zamari, you know, while Jabari and Zamari have their daddy son time. Like, that's not how I would live life, not for the rest of my life. That's dead sauce. You know what I mean? Like, the rest of your life is a really long time, especially when you're thinking about getting married. And that would mean the older he got and the more he saw that, oh, I can, you know, act like this around Miss Destiny. I don't have to worry about showing her any respect. The disrespect gets worse.
Right.
So if it wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Yeah. But I told him that, like, but I'm just glad that it is working. And
I'm so sorry.
Are you sorry? Because your phone has been like, you don't know where the mute button is?
I'm so sorry. Because if I mute the computer, then it's gonna mute you and I can't hear what you're saying. So,
these are coming from the actual computer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Audience.
You tell your guest that. You don't tell me that. Tell your guest.
You are my guest. I'm telling the audience.
The audience. I'm sorry.
I apologize, you guys, for, you know, all 22 of y'all that listen.
It'll become more. That's awesome though. Brystal, you only got what? This your 4th episode? And
this is gonna be the 5th.
That's still awesome. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Yay.
Yep, thank you.
It was just a little thought in the hotel room of Savannah, and now look at you.
Look at me now. Oh.
Hey.
Hello, bonus. What do you want? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Literally, that song came out the day after we dropped that colorism episode that I did with Shayla. That video, the whole Danny Lee.
Oh my God.
Let's transition. You guys have heard the viewpoints of Destiny when it comes to step parenting. They have been great, but now we're about to do a little bit of pop culture because Danny Lee, like, What say you, sis? As an Afro Latina yourself,
Wow. Why
what
we
say
keep saying Black woman?
what
All
say
right.
you?
Because I blame the baby. It is his fault for letting that little white girl go around thinking that it is okay for this hoe to make a whole song talking about son being a yellow bone. Because first of all, sweetheart, your bones are not yellow. Your bones are off-white.
Beige.
Beige.
I was like, this is why people don't like light skinned women. And she not even light skinned
She's
because
not even white. She's, first of all,
she's a
what
white
is she?
Dominican.
She's a white Dominican?
Yeah, she's a white Dominican. Yeah.
Sis,
So she's not even an Afro, she's not even an
reaching.
Afro Latina.
Sis, you are reaching.
And then the fact that she put them plaits in her hair to come and do that apology. Somebody had left a comment on the shade room and said, I bet the braids slid out right after she got done recording this video.
Girl, if she don't.
It was ridiculous.
Literally, and you know what? I don't see a problem with if she was a Black light-skinned woman representing for her other lack of melanated women, such as yourself.
Why we gotta bring me into this?
Because you're lacking melanin. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. You're a white woman and you identify. I'm pretty sure your FCAT papers said W.
Not FCAT papers. Not the FCAT papers.
Oh, but you know what? Some of your followers might not know what FCAT is.
It's the state standardized test for Florida, guys. That's the FCAT. I don't know what it stands for.
And when you pop open the bind of the folder, it has like your name, your grade, and your race. Why it had your race on there, I had no idea, but it did. And so hers probably said W because you were raised by your white mother in this white culture. And if you did have some time with your Dominican father, he didn't instill his Dominican heritage within you, because you would know you was dead. That would be dead ass wrong to post some bullshit about, oh, he prefers my yellow bone.
But she has brown skinned friends. And her man is brown skinned. Her apology, her words, not mine. But that's what she said in the apology. She was like, I date a whole chocolate man and I have badass friends that are brown skinned. She definitely, but I have a Black friend, the whole situation.
Like, you know, I didn't even give her that energy to even watch the apology, but so now not only do I blame the baby, I blame her bald head hoe friends for that bullshit.
For not letting,
you were dead. Y'all were dead ass wrong for sitting there and letting her sit there disrespect your race like that. Y'all were dead wrong. So
they're not real friends. They're not real friends, because real friends would have been like, sis,
sis.
Go back in the booth.
Let's go back to the drawing board.
Right.
He prefers you. Let's just say he prefers Danny Lee. That would have probably been
Danny Lee is what he want.
I would have taken that like, yes, Danny Lee, you're a man.
Yeah, right.
Don't nobody want him but you, girl.
I don't know. A lot of people want the baby. I mean, he cute, but he's short, so
he is. He does lack height.
Can't do nothing with that. But anyway, with that being said, Destiny, thank you so much for being a part of my raggedy little podcast, and I appreciate you for jumping on here and letting us know your viewpoints on step parenting, and tell the people where they can find you.
Instagram and Twitter, I run _DMC. That's I, the letter I, run RUN _DMC. Yeah, and that's where I'm at. I'm on YouTube too, but that's a whole different story for a whole different day. YouTubing is hard, and so I'm not going to tell you guys to follow me on YouTube, because I don't know the next time I'll post a video on YouTube, because that shit is hard work. Can you hear me? Until I get to the point where I can get Brystal's husband to edit my videos and post it on there until I get signed to Music Model Management. Shout out to M Model
Music, but yeah.
Model Music Management. That's what I said the first time. Shout out to Model Music Management. Till I get signed to them, there's no more YouTube videos. So follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I run _DMC.
And with that being said, I will let y'all go and we will talk to y'all next week. Bye.
Ciao. Peace out.